Hey guys, so I've been having a complete struggle with getting my multiple sclerosis medication and since before Thanksgiving. And I have been on this medication since 2020 when I was diagnosed. It is a pill form I take every day. I scheduled the delivery and then I look on the app and they canceled it. I call and they say that it needs prior authorization. So I have to call my doctor. My doctor never answers the phone. Never answers the phone. I'll leave messages and they don't care. So I finally get a hold of the doctor and the doctor says, for the generic form, you don't need prior authorization. So I'll tell them that right now. So they tell the pharmacy. The pharmacy says, okay, but if you want the generic, you need a prescription for the generic. And then I have to call the doctor again. The doctor says, well, you've been taking the generic the whole time. I just gave you a prescription 2 months ago that was for the generic. But okay, I'll write a new prescription and send it over. They send it over. I call pharmacy, and the pharmacy's like, oh yeah, we got it, but it takes a week or more to process. So we'll call you when it's ready to schedule. So then I'm like, okay, it's now past Christmas. I call them because they haven't called me to schedule. I finally, I've been bugging them. Call them, it's finally ready to schedule. They go to schedule it, and then they're like, oh, well, you have to talk to the pharmacist. Well, every time I talk to them, they say this, and I always say no. But this time, they're like, you have to talk to the pharmacist, or we can't send your meds. So I'm like, okay, let me talk to the stupid pharmacist. The pharmacist gets on the phone and is like, well, it's been more than 14 days since your last dose. Yeah, I know, lady. And she goes, why is that? Because of you, lady. Because of your fucking pharmacy. That's why. Like, you think I'm just willy-nilly over here like, oh, I don't want to take my meds. They don't let me take my meds. And she goes, well, has your neurologist scheduled your appointment for your observation? Because now that it's been more than 14 days since my last pill, I now have to start the process all over again. I now have to go to a clinic when I take my first pill, and they have to observe me for 8 freaking hours. 8 hours. And it's not a clinic down the street. It's a clinic far as hell from my house. And it's just frustrating because it's like, why am I having to start this whole process over because y'all weren't getting your shit together? So now the pharmacist is like, well, I can't send out the medication, so this schedule will have to be canceled because you don't have your appointment for your observation. And so I tell her, so I have to call Neuro and ask them to give me this appointment. Yeah, well, we'll send them a paper, but yeah, you have to call them. I've been doing this back and forth shit for almost 2 months, but I have to do it, right? So I call Neuro. I've been calling Neuro every day. 2-3 times a day, leaving a message every day for them to schedule me this appointment because I no longer have my meds and I no longer can get the fucking meds, and they have not answered my phone. They have not returned any of my calls, nothing. And so today I finally leave a message and I'm like, nobody's returning my calls. Nobody's giving me the common courtesy of answering my fucking question. And they call my husband's number and it's like, oh, we've been trying to get a hold of her. What? You've been trying to get a hold of me, so you thought you would call him, knowing goddamn well he at work. He can't get me the phone. Been trying to call me. Where is the number that you've been trying to call me? Why? Whenever a healthcare facility is wrong, they turn it on me or on the person, making them think I already think I'm crazy, buddy. I already think I'm crazy. I don't remember how many times I call you. I don't remember how many messages I left. But I know for a fact y'all didn't call me because I got my phone right here. Right here. So then I call my Neuro again. And the line is making this beeping sound, like it's disconnected or busy. But the thing is, that phone can't really be busy because they have several different lines that they put you on hold. So it's like that for about 15 minutes. And then I finally call again and it rings to only go to answer machine. So why in the hell are you gonna call him, lie, and say you've been calling me, knowing all along y'all haven't been calling me? It's the same thing, like when they said, oh, we did fax it, or we haven't received nothing. Why? Just do your job. Just do your job. And I have an appointment with my neurologist next month, the beginning of next month. And I don't know how he expects me to go to that appointment, and get this blood work. What this blood work is for, that pill. I can't get that blood work. I can't go to that appointment. Y'all don't want to answer the phone. It's like they're purposely not answering the phone so they get me to the appointment so they can charge me. That's what it is. They can't charge me for all these phone calls, for all this shit that they ain't doing, that I should be getting paid for. But if they get me in the office in that appointment and then have to work it out, they get paid. It's been a struggle. A freaking struggle. I have now been off my medication for 45 days. 45 days. And when you stop an MS medication, you relapse. And you become worse than prior to even taking the medication. Neurology and the pharmacy of this prescription knows this. And it's just good and well with just sending me the fuck on. Then, to top it off, I go to refill my depression medicine, and the doctor messages me and says, this is the last refill that I will be giving you until you're seen in the office. What the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? I've been on this medication for years. You can't fill the pill? And then I call to make the appointment and they go, okay, it's June, okay? No, June is not okay. This doctor don't want to fill my meds until he sees me. But yeah, he can't see me till June. So you want me to be off of my meds until June? But yeah, he's making it a point that I gotta fucking go in there? Like, nobody, no. It needs to be next week. June. What the hell? Like, it makes no sense that these doctors are fucking with me right now.